I have a reading for you about somebody who is struggling a bit emotionally. So we've got a bit of depression or really missing someone, and I feel like this particular day or last couple of days have been really difficult for them in a way that is pushing them to reconsider whether they should communicate with you. So you may be getting like a text message that someone didn't necessarily think through. It's kind of like off the cuff, or that's it, I'm just so sad, I'm gonna have to do something. So it may be a little bit strange to hear from this person, or the way that they communicate with you might be a little bit unpredictable. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member. Hello, Key Controller. Hello, Zats. Hello, Nat Nat. Hello, Famous Seamus. Hello, Joaquin. How we doing? I think I need another candle lit. Hold on. Let's take care of that first. All right, what do we want as far as a tarot deck? We're gonna start with the Earth and Bones Tarot. So why is this person so sad? I mean, I kind of feel like it's they miss you, but we'll see. Hello, Earth Angel. Hello, Brent. Hello, Rick. How we doing? Anyone post Valentine's Day hungover? Definitely not me. I hope nobody. Doesn't sound fun. All right, sorry, I just had to take a little drink. Okay, forgive me. The teacher. They look at you as the teacher. You got some glasses. You're real smart. SMRT. They look up to you. This may also be someone who's realizing that you're right after they were pretty sure that they were right. So we have the teacher, the 8 of Jars or 8 of Cups in the reverse, and Judgment in the reverse. I think that's a Patsy Cline song. I was wrong, so wrong, oh so wrong. Isn't it? I'm not gonna sing it, you guys. It's too early and I'm already struggling. But we've got someone here who's coming back around, and it's like, you were right. I was wrong. I said this thing, and it turns out that I wasn't really reading the situation as well as I thought. It turns out I didn't know myself as well as I thought. Hello, align your soul. I will that later. But you know, like when you just wake up, it's a little like, yeah. Hello, Ruford. How's it going? Carrot cake is one of my favorites. Right up there with rhubarb cake. We've got 6 of Jars in the reverse, which is the 6 of Cups in the reverse. I think you have helped this person understand that they acted a bit immaturely, or that there's a pattern of behavior here that needs to change, even though it might have taken them a little bit to realize that. I love it. Hello, Ems. How are you doing? Hello, Zaderja. How are we doing? Hello, Great One. How are you doing? Hello, James. Hello, Bullion. What's up? I do the general reading for the first 30 to 35 minutes, and then I do personal questions after that, with priority to those who tip or donate. You can also donate a membership. Hello, Pam. How are you doing? Hello, Azalea. Oh, I hope you do too. Hello. Is it Pep or P3P? Can I call you Pew Pew? Why are you telling people what to invest in? This is not a channel about finances, my friend. Moon. Hey. Welcome to Wicked Ones Tarot, where we're doing a tarot reading. And then there's like really cool people in the live chat. And I'm still really confused why you show up in the live chat and it's like your conversation is with yourself. Help me understand. Hello, Sargab. How are you doing? Oh, Nathaniel, are you trying to hurt my feelings? Little me? Better luck next time. Hello, Lionel. What's up? So we've got the Seven of Crystals, which is the Seven of Swords, and the Five of Crystals, or the Five of Swords in the reverse. I've got to make it right. I lied. I made the wrong decision. Seven of Swords is somebody who's a trickster or somebody who, you know, didn't really want to be honest about something. I think they didn't want to be honest about how important you are to them or about how they were responsible for an argument between the two of you. Could be both, right? All right. Hey, Moon, you are welcome to come back when you actually converse with literally anybody else but yourself, okay? I do hope you have a wonderful day. Hello, Joe. How are you doing? Thank you, Zats. I feel like you deserve overtime. Overtime pay. The Hanged Man in the reverse and the King of Petals or King of Pentacles. Yeah. I was being stubborn. I didn't want to admit that you were right or that you caught me doing something I shouldn't have or that I wasn't being honest with you about how I felt. You were right. And I just want to be like happy with you again. I just want to be in your inner circle again. I just want you to like talk to me again. Hello, Kathy. How are you doing? Yeah, see, everybody else here is talking about carrot cake, which is delightful. All right, so we have the Page of Petals, which is the Page of Pentacles. Wow, and the King of Swords in reverse. This is somebody who's like, I didn't realize it was that way. So the Sun being in the reverse at the very beginning, yes, this is somebody who's probably a little bit depressed or they are a bit disappointed in themselves at a minimum. But I also feel like this is somebody who's like, how did I not know that was the thing? How did I not know that I was in love? How did I not know that this person was going to find out the truth eventually? They feel a little silly for how they viewed the situation or at the very least how they handled it. Hello, Federico. Hello, James. Hello, Poke. What's up? That's inappropriate. I'm putting in a little baby timeout because it looks like you might have misunderstood the purpose of YouTube versus, oh, I don't know, all the other apps out there that allow you to talk like that. You can be respectful or you can get timed out again, okay? Vader. I like tarot cake. Tarot cake. It's much better when you read it versus saying it, right? But I love it. Hello, John. How are you doing? Hello, Charlotte. What's going on? Six of Petals or Six of Pentacles in the reverse. They feel a deep sense of loss and grief because this is not how they wanted things to go. But they also feel like they're the architect of this current situation. Like, I could have avoided this if I had just been honest. I made the situation worse. I pretended like I was fine if you didn't want to talk to me anymore. Or I pretended it was fine if you wanted to go date someone else. maybe this is a person who you consider to be more of like a friend. But I think this is things went a little haywire when you were trying to have the talk, when you're trying to figure out, like, is this exclusive? Am I supposed to be focused on you, or are you still like curating a roster, you know? Who else are you talking to? Yes, definitely M's. You're welcome, Charlotte. I kind of like to do that here. Hello, Victoria. How are you doing? Carrot belongs to Snowman. Carrot Top would like to have a word with you, Key Controller. Temperance in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles. The Tower. Have you ever seen one of those like dancers, or I don't know, probably like music artists, where they have an outfit and they can just like Bruce Almighty and it changes into something else? Sorry, that's like mixing my references here, but if you don't know what the Bruce Almighty move is, I feel bad for you, son. It's like life goals as far as like removing clothing. But you know, when they can like change it into a different outfit and you're like, what kind of magic was that? That's what this person wants to do, but not so much with their clothing as like their personality, like how you see them. Like, here's the immature me. I know, that's what you know me as. Voila! Now I am the perfect partner and you want to be with me again. Ta-da! See how easy that was? Doink. Now I'm like legit. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if it's that easy, but that's what they would like to do. The whole like rabbit out of a hat, right? With the Tower, a fast change. It's like, wait. I did it wrong. I'm gonna totally change everything and come back around and then I'll win. Yep. This is Under the Oak. What else do we have? I love how these cards sound. So we have the Knight of Swords and the Five of Cups in the reverse. If I don't want to regret how things have happened between the two of us, then I need to actually do something. I can't sit here on my bum and think about how things woulda, coulda, shoulda been different. I can't like spend 8 years curating a wonderful, witty letter that will certainly bring you back. It's like, no, I need to like act now. I need to, I don't know, maybe you've got a birthday coming up. Maybe there's an anniversary that they would potentially miss. Maybe they just know that like springtime is a good time. But they're thinking to themselves, I get it now. I know I was the problem and you're the one I want to be with. I don't know if they're on time. They might be a little bit late for this. But I do think that there's a sense of urgency that means their communication to you, at least the very first one, is probably like a little bit like, so you like thought about that for a while and that's the one you went with? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Would not have thought that's the way that you would go with it. So we have the High Priestess and the Ace of Pentacles with the Moon. I feel like there's this secret plan that they've been developing and working on, because what they really want to be able to do is offer a relationship. Perhaps that's what the like voila or like surprise thing is. It could be, oh, you know me as this person who was avoiding serious conversations or emotional discussions. You know me as someone who wasn't quick to dive into a relationship. But if I come back around and I say, hey, do you want to be like my boyfriend? Do you want to be my girlfriend? Then will that be enough to convince you that I've been doing some thinking? So that's where the like out of left field comment could come from, where someone's thinking, oh, I'll just make very clear that I've made some changes by right out the gate saying, I want to be in a full-on relationship. I'm not going to hide from the exclusivity. There's no one else that I'm interested in talking to. I know what I want, and what I want is you. The problem is, I love this card. Isn't this beautiful? The moon. The problem is they feel like they might have a little bit too much that you would consider to be kind of secrets or things that they haven't shared with you. And if they want to be in this relationship with you, they might have to be a little bit more vulnerable or a little bit more open about the things that have happened or even the things that they have been through or done that they specifically kept from you because they didn't want you to judge them. So what is this moon? What are they trying to hide here? We have the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. They are nervous to talk to you about when their last relationship ended or who they've been talking to, why they were not able to get into a relationship. For some of you, this is a person who had not yet broken up with or ended a previous relationship before they started talking to you. And one of the reasons they didn't want to jump right into a relationship with you is because they hadn't really experienced much of that like single time after the breakup, or because they had, you know, kind of been dishonest with you about whether or not they'd had some time to heal or some time to themselves. This is not going to be easy for them to say. Whatever the timing is of that last relationship or that last breakup, there's something that is going to potentially be a problem for you as far as how you view their loyalty or their ability to commit. You know, if they come back around and say, hey, actually, I was still in a relationship when I started talking to you, but oh, by the way, I would love to be committed to you right now, I would expect that your response would be something along the lines of, what, no? Like, hold on, let's reverse a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit more about how you lied to me about whether or not you were single? Because I feel like that's a really big intentional thing that somebody does, looking for trouble while they're still in a relationship. So we have the Three of Cups in the reverse and the Emperor. If I come back around, if I tell you how I really feel or confess that I want to be in a relationship with you, then I'm going to have to also probably be honest with you about the fact that I wasn't really single when I started talking to you. That's kind of a big problem there, right? So not only do they have to get through your perception of how they acted and the way that they pulled back and didn't really let you in on what was going on, at least emotionally, they also have to tell you about a past relationship and what that actual timeline was, right? Hello, YouTube maid. What's up? I think I already said hello to Sarka. Yes, keeping a relationship secret is a big red flag. One of the biggest, I would say. So they're nervous. How am I going to tell you about this? And should I just leave it at no contact? Because maybe that is such a big secret to share that I already know what the answer would be. Because it does feel like pretty unlikely that they would be successful in their communications with you and actually convince you to give them another chance. The problem is they're losing their mind because they don't get to talk to you. So all they do is make plans or think about how things could potentially lead to a reconciliation. What do I need to do to make that more likely? Who do I need to talk to? Do I need to go get a haircut? That kind of thing. Because the Nine of Swords is about anxiety. They're thinking, you know, the longer I take, the less likely it is, but also maybe it doesn't matter how much time I take at all because the secret that I have to tell you is probably going to make them really mad at me. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse and the Wheel. They started investing in something before a different relationship was over. So with the Seven of Pentacles being in the reverse, this is like whatever I thought that I had done to build a good foundation for the connection between the two of us is probably going to be completely like eradicated when I confess that I was actually in a relationship at that time. So the wheel is about how are things going to change once I reveal this information, but also is it enough that I've been working to change myself and how I would treat this person? Maybe it's not enough. We'll see. This is the Voyage of the Soul. This is a good oracle deck to look into spiritual awakening and see if somebody's actually doing the work. Hopefully we see like wisdom or the lessons card come out. Joy, serotonin, rush, happiness, excitement, and euphoria. This is how they view you. Someone who I think has a better understanding of how things work, but they also feel like you make them happy. You make them feel alive. There's an excitement when they think about the possibility of seeing you again in person. And this is what's motivating them to take some kind of, I don't know, serious move towards you that I don't think they've really done for anybody else in the past. Soul, infinite self, source, non-physical, karma, akashic records, and emotions. Water, cry, purge, balancing, and releasing. Okay, I'm going to give some credit here because they're trying to actually look within. They're trying to understand some of the more complex elements of their personality or their behavior. Why do I act this way? Why did I do that? Why did I lie to this person? I think they've been crying a little bit, to be honest. I don't think that they would be happy to have many people know about that. But I do think that this has helped them to let go of some of the resentment from past connections, even if they were not romantic, that have impacted their ability to connect in a real way emotionally to others, and may explain why they do this, like, okay, I'm done with this relationship, I haven't broken up with them yet, but let me start something else so I have something to just like jump right to, right? I would agree, Sargab. Hopefully they have changed that. Hello, Kumar, how are you doing? Life is now. So again, there's a sense of urgency here, right? There's a chance that if I take too long to come talk to you about what's going on or how I feel or what was really the situation when we were connecting, that I might actually lose you. Vessel, body, nourishment, wholesome, nutrition, and health. There has been a focus, maybe just going to the gym, maybe choosing better food or beverages, maybe they gave up drinking. They have been working on themselves in terms of health, in part because of what you've said or how you've inspired them. And I think this is one of those things that is a little bit more obvious. You might notice they've lost some weight. You might notice they've got some more muscle. Maybe you see that they have a haircut that looks better on them. They've been working on themselves and it shows. It's not that they've been constantly going to the tanning bed or, you know, all they care about is physical looks. I think they appreciate that there were multiple things that needed to change, and one of those things that may have been impacting their mood or how they approach relationships could have been like a party lifestyle or, you know, really bad habits as far as like eating. This is someone who's been working on that, and I do think that they have been able to find a sense of tranquility or understanding of themselves that they lacked before. So have they been working on themselves? Yes. Are they perfect? Nobody's perfect. But they do feel like this is a fated, like, soulmate situation, and you are worth doing all of this work because they want to actually have a chance with you. The thing is, in your book, you might consider this someone who's already, like, ruined it based on how they started off. All right, this is the Golden Art Nouveau. That works. Yes. Change is possible for anyone. And I will say this, if someone can at least be honest about the fact that they lied about a relationship like that, that is more than a lot of people would be able to do. Four of Cups in the reverse. King of Swords. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Yep. So they're going to come back around, and even though there's a risk that it will mean you don't want to talk to them at all, I think they're going to say, what I would really like to be is like your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever. But I also have to tell you the truth about something and maybe share a little bit about the changes that I've gone through or the things that I've been working on since we last spoke. Hello, Federico. Hello, Jamike. How are we doing? Yes, that's the best way to do it, Zats. That's why I feel like having that time in between relationships is so important, so that you can get grounded again and address some of those things that may have made that last relationship a little bit tricky. So we have the Three of Pentacles and the Devil in the reverse. Okay. So this is like a show and tell. This is like a PowerPoint presentation, like, hey, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I would just like to show you all of the things I've worked on to become a better person so that you may perhaps consider dating me again. I've started brushing my teeth. I started cleaning behind my ears. I can cook more than nachos now. This is someone who's like, no, really though, I've been working on stuff. I've been improving things. And I want to tell you about it before I tell you some bad news. Before I tell you about the thing that I lied about. Eight of Swords in the reverse. King of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this is a good time, just in case you are this King of Swords. I feel like this is a good time to say, hey, if you have something difficult to tell someone, don't preface it with something like, this is probably going to make you really mad. Or, don't freak out. Maybe just a simple, like, there is something that I feel I need to be honest with you about because I'm not proud of how I handled this. That might be a little bit better than, don't be mad, okay? Hello, Lee. How are you doing today? Thank you for the tip. Of course I can. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it is like pouring. It is raining so hard right now. Yes. Thank you for the likes and subscribes. I do really appreciate that. Hello, Goddess. How are you doing? Did I say hello to April? How's your weekend? So we've got the Seven of Pentacles again and the Page of Pentacles. This is like somebody who's holding, I don't know, ridiculous amounts of trash to take out to the garbage and they're waiting for the elevator. Or somebody who can't finish their work because they have to have it approved by someone else. And it's like, could you hurry up, please? Hello? I've done all this work and now I need to know, like, can I do the next stage? Can I, like, actually be with you? This person needs to, like, chill a little bit. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of word vomit, right? Hey, haven't talked to you in a while, so I'd really like to be in a relationship with you. I've been working on myself. I did A, B, and C, O, and D. And then also, I lied about my relationship. So what do you say? Hold on. Let's have a conversation. Let's, like, you know, make sure we're on the same page. And then whenever you're talking about feelings, it might be a little bit more complicated than, I feel this. It's not just like a crossword puzzle, you know? Yep. Hello, Unai? I don't know if I'm saying it right. This is really only because I've read some sushi menus. But maybe it's Unaisa, because I see the capital N now. This is a general reading, not specific to signs. However, I did do one for Valentine's Day 2 days ago, if you want to check that one out. Hey, Frank, I appreciate that you would like to get that message out, but I really don't want to have, like, personal identifiable information, like the first and last name like that? Because I'm guessing that other person doesn't know you're doing that. Yes. Unesa. Okay, I hope I said it right that time. Feel free to yell at me if I didn't say it right, because I get called Cameron all the time and it drives me crazy. Because I don't think it's difficult. It's like car, which is a whole word on its own, and so is men, and then you just push them together. Cameron is just a name. Like, no offense to the Camerons out there. Anyways, I do like to say names right. What else do we have? The Ace of Pentacles. They're going to make this offer. They're going to be like, hey, you're my soulmate. I choose you. Sorry. They're like, maybe being a little too quick with it though, right? I know what I want. I know I did something wrong, but you're my soulmate. Here's the things that I've been working on. I need you to make a choice. It's like they're sending you one of those little notes where it's like, check for yes or check for no. Do you want to go to prom with me? It's like, take a breath, have a conversation instead of it being like multiple choice. You know what I mean? But I think this is partly because there's been some anxiety and some nervousness that has built up over time and made it so that this person is a little bit nervous. I just want to know, is this going to work out or not? Thank you, John. It's like my favorite thing. In part because in my old line of work, I did a lot of cold calling. So when like the team would talk about what worked for cold calls and what didn't, this would be like the like the go-to motion, right? I know from experience. How's it going, Matt? Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably better to do the I choose you when you actually have like the little train thing, right? The card. I gotta hurry up because we're already at 32 minutes and I want to get to the personal questions here. We're gonna pull a few from the situations deck and then we figure out the personal questions. Settlement and love affair. Agreement, compromise, dirty little secret, down low. For some of you, this is a person who is in an open relationship, so it's not so much that they were cheating, but I still feel like they should have told you about it, right? Should you not have been made aware that there was someone else in the picture? I say yes. For others of you, this is a person who didn't feel like they needed to be honest with you because they thought it was going to be a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay. I mean, hopefully they at least know how to appropriately apologize. But I will say this, I think the connection that they have with you has inspired them to make quite a lot of change happen in their life. They are inspired or motivated by you. And I do think that whatever that other relationship was, that is over. And they see you as the one. They see you as the person they want to end up with. Hey, Dana, how are you doing? Ooh, if you could try to include those in the super chat, I would appreciate that. But I do hope that you're having a good day. Ooh, a black cat question. Black cat that visits my place. Oh, that's so sweet. Appreciate. Food. I leave. And is it a stray? Awesome. I've added that for you, and I'm going to start those personal questions real shortly here, Dana. Guitar pedals? Are you asking about the things back here? 3DS. I do at least know what guitar pedals look like, I'm happy to say. But no, I have an obscene amount of tarot decks. I don't know if you can see them or even like over here. But yeah. Hello. Juliet, how are you doing? You're so welcome. Key controller, you can also ask how they make the heart symbol with their hands, because that's apparently different. What's the new one now? It's like, oh, you guys, I can't do it. See, I learned this way. What's the other one? Oh, yeah. It's true. Hello, the real Onika? So we've got nightlife, single, done, racing. So I'm actually single, but I'm gonna take a risk because what I want is to be in a relationship with you. I'm done with all the other stuff. I've been going through a lot of change, working on myself, letting go of some of those behaviors. I do feel like for several of you, this is somebody who has decided to go sober or stop drinking. And now they're racing towards you. You look at this person as toxic, though. I don't think you're going to be very receptive. You're going to be like, oh, look what the cat dragged in. Why are you here? Why are you on my front stoop? Looking like poop. I can't help it. It rhymed. I had to go for it. All right, we got to get to those personal questions. I think we will go with the Morgan Greer. What do we have for Lee, please? One of my coworkers taught me how to do it the other way, and then I've already forgotten. But this was the coworker who didn't know who Nixon is. I would take the knowledge of Nixon over the hard thing. Hello, Ruhio. How are you doing? Zats, thank you for the tip. Let me add that real quick. Advice for the week. And what to work on. I got you. Awesome. So what do we have for Lee? Eight of Cups. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Cups in the reverse. This feels like a volatile, like an angry departure, throwing a little bit of a temper tantrum, saying like, I quit, you know? Have you ever been playing a game with someone? I don't know, maybe it was Monopoly because that game makes you hate people. Maybe it was something like Risk. Maybe it's a video game. But you know, where you get so mad because you thought you were about to win everything in the world, and then this other person like outsmarts you at the last second, and you're like, what? I will vanquish you. This is somebody who's mad. It's like they're stomping out of the party, slamming the door, peeling out of the parking lot. That's how I knew my roommate in college was mad, because then it would be like, like just peel out, like, ooh, I'm so scared. This is somebody who's angry, throwing a little bit of a fit. Every action is exaggerated or angry in some way. But then, have you ever had somebody like slam a door? Like, you know, I'm gonna make that like super mad sounding, and you go think about what you've done, and then they have to come back because like they forgot their keys or their phone or something. I'm sorry, I will straight up laugh at that, like to their face if that happens. This is like, I'm so mad, I'm gonna slam the door, run away, but then like I have to come back and ask you for a favor. So you might have somebody feeling quite humbled after they felt like they could just kind of, I don't know, be a jerk to you. Because at the end of the day, they need you for something. They need you to sign off on something. They need you to borrow them something. They need you to be like, stamp of approval. They're gonna come back and you're gonna be like, oh, hello. What's the advice though? Don't be a jerk? Is it don't be a jerk? Don't be a jerk like Carmen was? Emperor and Page of Swords. Yeah. This is going to be somebody who probably needs your signature or needs your sign off. Needs you to maybe not report them for something. So you're like, you got the power. Page of Cups in the reverse. You're going to be like, well, I don't know. I seem to recall you were very mean to me 2 seconds ago. Resist the temptation to return their energy to them. And I know you're really good at that and you have to do it too much. Maybe just like do like a Ally McBeal daydream where you're like, if I was really petty, you know what I would do to you? Baby power. Daydream about it, but be very calm. Because I feel like this could be how you get what you want. Because you have that power, right? A little edge. All right. Let's see. Where did I put? There you are. We've got Dana up next. Lee, I wish you luck with that. We'll go with the Weird Cat Tarot for you, Dana, since we're talking about a cat. Does the black cat appreciate the food that Dana leaves? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse, Temperance in the reverse. This is kind of funny. Yes, but also it's like if I were to say, thank you for that meal at your wedding, it was great, but I actually checked off salmon and you gave me chicken. Which is funny because having fed cats before, I often ended up with chicken or salmon for my cats. This is like, can you like switch it up? Beggars can't be choosers. But apparently this cat is like, yeah, no, it like, you know, it's sustenance. You got any salmon back there? This is adorable. Ace of Wands in the reverse, Five of Cups, and the Fool in the reverse. Yeah, this is a cat who has not had a very great start to life. I do feel like this is someone who was abandoned with the Five of Cups. Oh. Okay, does this mean the cat is pregnant? This cat might be pregnant. Or if this is a boy cat, a tomcat, then there might be a little one nearby. But I do feel like this is someone, like this is a cat that doesn't have an owner. Yeah, Star in the reverse, no home. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, Six of Cups. But this is a cat that would warm up to you pretty quickly, I feel like. Maybe initially it's a little bit uncomfortable, like, well, I don't know, what kind of roommate are you? And are you gonna get me that salmon like I asked you to? All right. I don't think anyone's erasing your comments, Jamike. Hello, Zaire. I agree. Hello, Kang. How are you doing? So, yes, I love that you're doing that, Dana. I think that's super sweet. The cat distribution system is very effective. All right, let's see. We've got Zats up next. What is the advice for the week for Zats? Eight of Cups in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles, Justice. Six of Cups in the reverse. This is someone who's taken their sweet time realizing that maybe they did something that they shouldn't have, or maybe they said something that could have been said in a better way, or maybe they were just like kind of rude. Someone here is realizing after a period of time, maybe like weeks, maybe months, like, oh, was I the problem there? Was that me? I did that? This is someone who keeps to themselves or does not let people know who they really are. It's like, here's the, okay, I'm going to compare it to like Instagram Reels. I don't really understand the reason for it, but I know they do the like close friends or like everyone. Like, I get it. You might have stories that you don't want everyone to see, but I also feel like that's just so much effort. This is like, they have a ton of people in the, you can see the regular stories, but the close friends is like one person. Doesn't even need to be plural, you know? This is someone who doesn't really let people know who they are. They have this like persona for everybody else, but they're going through something really difficult right now. And I feel like because of that stress, they have this time for introspection, and like one of the side courses, or like, you know, the potatoes to the steak would be, oh, I messed up that thing. I was not okay with Zats. I didn't treat Zats the way I should have. So finally being honest with themselves that they fumbled this or they didn't handle this the way that they should have. Does this mean they're going to apologize? Can we have an apology? Nope. It's more so like this person realizes it now. I think they're going to stay in the Five of Pentacles. Again, I don't feel like this person does very well with communication or letting people actually know them. I feel like this is someone who's just going to be like, okay, well, I messed that up. I guess I gotta like not do that the next time around. So I like painting, right? I have any number of canvases around me at any given time, and usually I like to do like a background and then I'll add on top of it. If I have a painting from like 5 years ago that I just like don't like anymore, I will paint over it. And to me, this is like the opposite of resourceful. Instead of seeing what can be done or salvaged or make things work, if I still feel strong feelings for someone, I'm just going to be like, okay, well, I learned that lesson, toss out that canvas, never do that again. Whereas I'm like, but you could like paint over it. I'm not necessarily saying you should take back exes that don't know how to treat you. I'm saying this is somebody who seems to be very quick with the, okay, well, I messed that one up, throw it in the garbage. Next. Okay. I like architecture, and there's a type of architecture called brutalism. If this person was a building, they would be in the brutalist category, okay? You deserve somebody who has a little bit more, like, I don't know, landscaping around, maybe like stained glass window. This person doesn't have the je ne sais quoi that you deserve. All right, I feel like, wait, what to work on? What do we have for Zats as far as advice on what to work on? Page of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Swords in the reverse, but this one is what's making me laugh, because I said, what do we have to work on? And it's like, judgment, silly. Why did you date this person? Don't think I'm over here judging you, because we all have embarrassing people in our past. But this is saying you have to be more realistic. Have that conversation with yourself. Is this someone I could actually see myself dating long term? Is this someone who understands the concept of emotions and how to leverage them? Is this somebody who can communicate without being a turd bucket? I'm being immature on purpose, just so you know. Page of Swords in reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse. When you can tell that somebody is not comfortable enough with who they are to be representing those feelings or those actions in an authentic way, run for the hills. You don't need to be around that person. Let them learn these lessons on their own. I do feel like you are kind of like karma for people. They learn lessons after dealing with you, but there's also lessons for you to learn. that you don't need to be messing with the Queen of Swords and the reverse types. Maybe you don't need to be with like Prince Charming. Everybody's obsessed with you. You have the most riz ever. But we also don't need to be with like somebody who's like Stonehenge. Very stoic, right? Because that means they might struggle to understand your emotions. And if they can't understand your emotions, how are they going to understand theirs and like how they work together, you know? Sorry, I hope I was not too much on my like grandstanding moment there. And I'm glad we have another form of brutalism, or sorry, fan of that architecture style. It's, I don't know, I think it's like Russian primarily. I think maybe it's because I just like the lines of it, but it doesn't really have a lot of flourishment like Victorians would. I'm sorry, I really should call you Carla. I do this thing where I don't use the first names if I don't have like 100% confirmation in my mind that that person's okay with it. You probably saw Tu told me to tell her or call her that as well. Yeah, probably not interested in the touch, but I think that will change. Hello, get out. How are you doing? Oh, we don't need to call people garbage people. Clowns are insulting enough, right? Hello, Wonder Boy. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. And if you're able to hype, I appreciate that as well. And I'll see you in the next reading. Toodles.